Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And I'm Father Steve Sellers, and this is my brief daily message of hope. And I'm on the road on this Saturday morning to hear confessions this morning and to prepare for Mass this afternoon, and at different parishes. But that's the way it goes. And we give thanks to the Lord in all things, and especially for His presence with us. And you never know what you're going to find out when you talk to or chat with or email with someone that's known you for a long, long time. And I was chatting this morning with a former high school classmate of mine from well over 50 years ago, and he reminded me of something I haven't thought about in decades. He remembered the very first time I got kicked out of class, and he remembered why I got kicked out of class. I was, I believe, a sophomore in high school. This was only one of maybe two times I got asked to leave class, and I had a great reason for this, and I justified it in my mind, and I still probably would do it again today, but you never know. Things have changed. It was during the fall, and the semester just begun, and I was in geometry class in the afternoon, and it was hot and steamy like it always is in Texas, and it was the time the World Series had begun, so this would have been probably October, late September, October. The World Series now goes until November, but whatever time it was, then the World Series had just started, and they played games in the afternoon back in the 1960s, and this was 1968, and I had smuggled my little tiny transistor radio in a pocket into my class with a little earphone that went into my ear here, so I could listen to the game. And it just so happened that the game was starting about the time my geometry class began, and I had a great reason for listening to it. It was the St. Louis Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers. I'll never forget Bob Gibson, the starting pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, one of the greatest pitchers ever. And the starting pitcher, I believe, from the Tigers was Denny McLain. Not so big a name, but he won 31 games that year. No one ever wins 30 games anymore, but he did that year. And so I wanted to listen to it, and I got caught. And I was remorseful, a little bit, and had to take my earphone out. She didn't make me surrender a transistor radio, thank goodness. So I left class and went to the vice principal's office then, and it just so happened that the vice principal had a little black and white television set in his office, and he was watching the World Series too. And I said, Mrs. So-and-so kicked me out of class because I was trying to listen to the World Series. I go, well, sit down. It's Bob Gibson against Denny McLain, the Cardinals and the Tigers. So I got to watch the game right there with him. And I never took a transistor radio to class from that point on. We never know what we're going to learn from people who are our friends, who are going to remind us of things. And it's always good to look back when we do and to be able to laugh at our mistakes. And that was a mistake. I wouldn't do that again now. School is much too important, and we need to focus on what is important. But boy, Bob Gibson and Denny McLain, I'd have to think twice about that again today. But anyway, I hope you have a blessed day today and are able to laugh and to rejoice and to give thanks to God, who is with you and who loves you. And God willing, I will see you at Mass tomorrow. And Dot and I, she's still around. She's doing her own thing this morning. Dot and I will see you on Monday. God bless you. Have a blessed day.